Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Kusi. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful dress, how to draft it, how to cut it, and my next tutorial, we're going to be learning how to stitch and sew all the pieces together. Okay, so hit on the subscribe button and let's get started. So we're going to draft the front bodice for the corset. Okay, so from the shoulder line to the chest line, I have 8 inches. From there, I have bust point of 11 inches. The under bust is 15 and a half. Waistline is 17 and a half. I came down by 1 inch for shoulder slope and I made the armhole curve. I marked 3 inch for the neck width and also labeled as well. Next thing I want to do now is to mark half of my client's nipple to nipple. Her nipple to nipple was 8 inches, so I marked half of it, which is 4 inch. After marking, I'll use my ruler to connect those points in a straight line, just like this. After that, I'm going to come out by 1 inch on both sides of the underbust and the waistline, and I also connect a straight line using my straight ruler. Just this way. From the bust point, you're going to come down by 1 inch. After marking, go ahead and connect from there to those points. Can you see? So you're going to use your curve rule or you can achieve this using your free hand. Just make your curve just like this. This is a curve for a corset. You can see the curve is already taking shape. Alright, so I am going to place the tape from the shoulder line to the chest line. I have 8 inch. So I will come up by 7 inches. That means I came up by 1 inch for the new chest line. Okay, I'll label as new chest line. So this depends on how deep you want it to be. If you want to show your cleavage very well, you can maintain your chest line. Okay, so I'll also extend the line just like this. Okay, and next thing I will do is to tighten the over bust. So for that, I marked 1 inch on both sides and I'll connect from there to the bust point. All right, just like this. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to measure what I have here. From there to that point, I have 4 inches and I have the same on this other point. They are equal. So once I'm done with that, from the new chest line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. I want to make a sweetheart neckline. So you can see in the picture inspiration we're working with, the sweetheart neckline was so deep. So if you want yours very deep, you can come down by 2 inch or 2.5. My client doesn't want hers like that, so I just maintained 1 inch down. Okay, so I marked again half an inch for the distance between the corset and the neckline. So I will connect my sweetheart neckline like so. Okay, so once I'm done with that, I'm going to extend this line to meet the bust point, and from there I'll place my curve rule like this. Then I'm going to make a curve from that point to the under bust. All right, just like this. So once I'm done with this first cup, this is our first cup. So after I was done with this first cup, I'm going to get the second cup. So before that, I will come down from the bust point by 2 inch to make the bust dart. Okay, so I want to make a bust dart. So I came down from the bust point by 2 inches. You can see how I connected it. So I'm going to measure the space I have on the armhole and I'll get the midpoint, come down again by half an inch, then connect it towards armhole line. Okay, just like this in a straight line. So I'm going to connect from this point to this other point here. Okay, so I want to achieve the second cup, connect from there to that point. So I'm going to also connect, I'll also connect from there to the bust point. So you are going to place your curve ruler just this way, not too curvy, but you place it very well, then connect like so. Okay, so this is the first cup and the second cup. Now I'm going to include the bust measurement. So mark quarter of your bust circumference, place your dart and add 2 inch for your normal seam allowance. On the waistline, you're going to mark quarter of your waist circumference. You place your dart of 2 inch and add extra 2 inch for your seam allowance. After that, you connect the 2 points. Okay, you need to connect the 2 dots just like this. All right. So if you want to add a pre-yoke neckline, you're going to get the midpoint, then you connect to this point or you connect to this other point. Okay, that is if you want to add yoke to yours, but if you don't want to add yoke to yours, then you can leave it. Okay, so this one I'm really does not have any yoke, so I'm going to cut out the yoke. All right, I'll cut it out just like this, then I'll cut out every other part. Just look at what I'm doing here so you don't make mistake. while cutting yours. Okay, so you're going to cut through the darts, cut like so. Then I was about cutting here and I noticed I haven't cut the bust dart, so I will cut the bust dart like so. Then you cover it up this way. Okay, then use your masking tape to tape it in a place just like this. So you're going to, reshape that point. You can see the both lines does not align properly, so I'm going to connect like so. You can see what I did here. After that, you cut it out. So after cutting, I will label as one and two. Okay, I'll label the two cups, then I'll give directions on how to sew them or join them. So I'm going to close these two pieces with my masking tape. Then I'll add extra fresh pepper. I'm going to join extra fresh pepper like so. Then you can hold this with your pin or your masking tape. Okay, so I want to add the basque length. So I want to use 5 inch, but since I have 4 inch, I'm going to make use of 4 inch here. When transferring to the actual fabric, I'll complete the basque length with 5 inches. Okay, that's adding extra 1 inch to it. So I'm going to connect from the waistline to that point. Okay, in a slant manner like this. You get. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to cut it out. All right, so after cutting, guys, this was what I had. The next thing I want to do is to I'll label as add 1 inch, okay, extra, so I don't forget. Now the next thing I want to do now is to remove the masking tape. I want to separate the both pattern, so I'm going to remove the masking tape like so. And I'm going to arrange this other one. I will not the wideness I have there. Then I'm going to measure what I have there. It was 3 inches. I will mark extra 3 inches here. Like I'll make a point of 3 inches on the down part, then connect the 2 points in a straight line, so I'll be able to slash the two patterns. Okay, so I'm going to slash like this, so it will give me a separate piece. Okay, so when you join this to this point, you have your one piece. You can see the basque inset, and when you join this other one, you also have your one piece. So this is how you go about doing yours. Like if you want to achieve the basque inset, you can go ahead and do yours like so. Can you see what I have here after it's done? So this is the cup one and cup two. Can you see? So that is it for the drafting of the front piece. Now this is the back piece. I went ahead to add 1 inch for zip allowance. This will not have zip. Okay, just for a guide. So I'm going to mark quarter of the bust circumference plus 2 inch for the allowance. On the waistline, I will mark quarter of the waist circumference. I will add 1 inch for the dart, then 2 inch for seam allowance, making it 3 inches. So I'm going to connect like so. Then after I was done with that, I'll mark half of my client's nipple to nipple, which is 4 inches. Then I'll connect the 2 points in a straight line. I'm also going to subtract half an inch on both sides for our normal dart intake. All right, so this is what I have here after I was done. Remember, I already replaced the 1 inch dart before doing this. From the shoulder line to the chest line, I have 7 inches, so I'm going to come down by half an inch to give me 7.5. Okay, just like we did on the front piece. So now the easiest way to go about the drafting of the back pattern is to draw a straight line from the hem of your pattern. Then you place your front waistline exactly at that point. After placing exactly on that point, just trace the side, then make a straight line and connect. That's the easiest way you should go about this. So within that, you're not going to have any excess after drafting, because I later had an excess here, but that wasn't a problem because I trimmed it out in the sewing tutorial part. Okay, so after I was done with this, I'm going to fold the zip allowance because it will have a lacing bar, so we don't need the zip. Okay, but if you want to add your zip, like you don't want the lacing bar, you can leave the zip allowance. So for me, I've gone ahead to fold it. So now I'm going to mark just 2.5 inch for the back opening. Okay, so I marked 2.5 inches here, so I'm going to connect a straight line. After I was done with that, I will cut it out. Okay, so if my pattern paper was on a fold, I will have about 5 inches when I open the piece that I cut out. So I have gone ahead to label, and this point I'm marking here, this is where the loops will be sitting. Okay, so this is the front piece and this is the back piece. Now I'm going to transfer it to the actual fabric. So I'm going to cut the gather of this gown. So you're going to place your tape at the exact length you want plus your allowance. Then you're going to subtract your waistline, okay, or your half length. The half length is 17.5 inch. I've already gone ahead to mark. Then I'm going to, connect in a straight line. Once I'm done with that, I will cut it out. For the gathers, I made use of 3.5 yard, okay. If you want it more full, I can go about make use of 4 yards or 4.5. It depends on what you want. So after cutting the gathers, I am going to transfer the patterns to the actual fabric, giving it half an inch stitching allowance all the way around, just like you're seeing it right here. Okay, so I've gone ahead to do that. In my next tutorial, we're going to, cut the wardens, iron estays, and also learn how to stitch all the piece, how to join everything, and how to make it to form a dress. So this is my client putting on the dress. Can see how beautiful this looks. And this is it for my mannequin. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to hit on subscribe button and bye.